What's up, guys? I'm back with some Madden, which I've not played it in a while. This is the Madden franchise that I've been working on with the Toronto Huskies, and this week we have the San Francisco 49ers. On paper, this looks like it should be a pretty close game. They are 87 overall. We are 86 overall. And while I'm thinking about it, it made me think of it when I saw that I had 14 contracts to negotiate. I realized that so it's the way that started. I started with the Browns and then moved them to Toronto and became the Huskies. I also traded away Deshaun Watson or released, I can't remember which. And I think that no, I think I traded. I traded him for Hendon Hooker. I remember that now. But I think I might have completely destroyed my cap when I did that, and I didn't really think through the ramifications of doing that. Maybe should have edited his contract or something before I traded him away. But I went to re-sign some people, and I have like basically no money, or I have negative money because of cap penalties and stuff. So, yeah, I think I might be in serious trouble there. We may not be able to re-sign anyone at all, and we may be carrying like 40 players next year. So, stay tuned, and we'll see what happens later in this season. But on to this game. We have the 49ers this week. It is pouring rain. We have not had the best run of luck lately, but we've had some bright spots and some down spots. And the hope is that we can turn this into another bright spot or a continuation of bright spots instead of being a down. So I will say, on paper, I think that a wet game sort of maybe looks a little bit better for me than it does for them, just because if you've been watching these videos, you know that my big weakness is that I throw a ton of interceptions and with Hendon Hooker. And it's not necessarily Hendon Hooker's fault. I think some of them are just lack of accuracy or lack of arm strength, but a lot of the interceptions are just my fault because I'm an idiot and I make bad throws and I make poor decisions. Well, the good thing about rain is that both teams are probably going to be forced to run the ball a little bit more, you would think. In practice, we'll see if that happens. You see an injury to Christian McCaffrey there. It seemed like it was going to be important. He ends up coming back a few series later. I'll just go ahead and spoil that for you. But you would see him very quickly or very soon here. So I'm not really ruining anything for you. But early in the game here, we're fighting tooth and nail with the 49ers, and we're keeping it pretty even. Nobody's really having a lot of success, and if that's how the game is going to go, if the defense is really going to hold the 49ers to no points or not many points, then I can be in a much better position. And if the defense gets interceptions like that, I can be in a much better position. I'm in trouble if this game turns into a shootout where we have to score 45 points to win or even 30 points to win or something like that, because I've just not really been scoring like that as of late, and I don't really foresee this game being anything different in that avenue. So maybe I'm wrong and we'll see, but as it currently stands, I'm not doing much. You see there the read option. The interception put us in a great position. We're on the 28-yard line, and I went for this. I thought we can get this, and it turns out we couldn't get this. That QB sneak has been absolute money for me all year, but that was just a little bit too far for us to get the QB sneak, and we were not able to make it happen. Stopped at the line. You see Hendon Hooker looks like he's doing pretty well and just gets absolutely stood up there. So it's unfortunate, but that's kind of the way it goes. The only hope now is that we can continue to hold the 49ers and not let them score any points, and hopefully we can capitalize on any mistakes that they might make. But through one quarter, you see that they've got more yards than I do. I have almost no yards. Have something like 39 yards, which is not going to be enough to win the game. It's not going to be enough to score points. But they are doing a little bit better, but of course not able to get any points on their side either. And the defense, I would say, has played pretty well thus far, and I hope that that can continue. But the 49ers seem to be moving the ball, and Brock Purdy has come alive a little bit, and you see there Jawan Jennings gets into the end zone, and that hurts because I'm a Tennessee fan. That's why Hendon Hooker is my quarterback, and Jawan Jennings is a Tennessee alum. So you'd like to see him do that for your own team. You'd like to see a Tennessee guy do that for your own team. It's a little bit hurtful to see a Tennessee guy that you've been a fan of do it against you, but good for him that he scored his touchdown. You see the kickoff return here. That should be a dead giveaway. I never, ever, ever show kickoff returns, with the exception of when something really good happens. And something really good happens here. Elijah Moore takes it back to the house on the kickoff return. And just like that, we are back in the game. It is 7-7, midway through the second quarter, or not midway, almost a third of the way through the second quarter. And we are in this game again. And we get the big sack there. So it's 2nd and 23. And the momentum, you can see at the top of the page, at the top of the screen, the momentum is swinging our way. Unfortunately, the 49ers then complete a very big pass. Brock Purdy with an absolutely clutch moment. My defense with a garbage moment. And then you see the long run here and just absolutely shedding defenders. Big first down. So unfortunate that I get the big sack on 2nd down and then turn it into that. Let them drive down the field, and it looks like they're going to be in position to score unless I can get another clutch interception or something like that. I do get the deflection there, so it's 3rd and 3, and we're at least going to make them work for this. I'm going to make them work as hard as I possibly can for this. Not hard enough, obviously, as they score immediately after I say that. So it looks like it's going to be 14-7 here, and it is 14-7. We get the ball back, and I throw an absolutely dumb interception. Just hit the guy in stride, hit Fred Warner in stride, and we give the ball away. That's, I think, number 2 on the day. Denzel Ward, next play, Denzel Ward gets an interception. So Denzel Ward has his 2nd interception of the day, and if we can capitalize on this, we're right back into the game. We get a nice little pass there to, I never know how to pronounce his name, but David Noku? I don't know. He's on my team. I should learn how to pronounce his name. We get stopped on 3rd down, and that's a good opportunity to see Hendon Hooker's anemic stat line. 3 of 9, 32 yards, 1 interception. I go for it on 4th down because that halfback screen has been money for me as of late for at least 4 yards. But unfortunately, they get a lot of pressure, hit Hendon Hooker before he can get the ball out, and it's just it is a pass that's impacted by the hit. So nothing doing there. I give the ball away again. So turnovers are what's killing me in this game. And the offense, remember, my only points are from a kick return. So the offense is doing absolutely nothing thus far in this game. And we hope that that can get better. But for the moment, it's not good at all. But defense-wise, it looks like we might be able to hold them here at the goal line. We've had 2 stops. It is 3rd and goal. It looks like we're going to get a sack, and we do get a sack, so it's 4th and goal here. I call the timeout. I'd like to get the ball back. And I'm sure that these guys are just going to kick this. I don't know why they would go for it, but they do kick it. So it's 17-7. We are not out of the game, but we're also not really in the game at the moment, and we need to put ourselves in the game. A long pass there, a nice pass there, makes it 17-7, and we're running the no huddle. We're trying to speed this up, and we're trying to move the ball down the field. I try to throw this pass. It's just a little bit short. I mean, it says perfect accuracy. I don't know. It felt like it could have used a little more oomph on it, and we would have potentially been fine, but maybe not. That's a stupid pass right there. Throwing it into double coverage, incompletion, which is honestly the best possible case that I could have hoped for there. That is a pass that it felt like it was there. It felt like it could have been caught, but just a poor accuracy, and that's sort of the low accuracy of a 68 overall Hendon Hooker or whatever he is coming out. We do get the stop. We get the ball back, and I promptly throw another dumb interception. So that could not be much worse. We had an opportunity to move the ball a little bit and get some points, and I just couldn't do it. Instead, we throw the interception. We give the ball back to the 49ers. They drive down the field. It's 17-7, and they have time for a field goal. So it's now 20-7. 49ers are going to get the ball back going into the second half. So this is going extremely poorly, I would say. And a lot of that is solely on me and my inability to not throw interceptions or my inability to pass the ball. And we have to get that rectified. I don't know how we're going to rectify that. I don't know if it's me getting better. I don't know if it's a change at the quarterback position. But what we're trying right now is just not working. And frankly, the games that we've won this season have been in spite of my interceptions and poor decision making. I forget the exact number of interceptions that I've thrown, but it was at the beginning of the video. The ratio is something like 6 TDs to 12 interceptions or something like that. I don't know. It's not good. Just suffice to say, it's not good. And what I'm doing here is just trying to move the ball down the field intelligently, and I'm doing that. It is 20-7. I've got to get points here if we want to stay in this game. We got to turn momentum back around our way a little bit. And we are in the red zone. We're inside the 5-yard line, so one would hope that we're able to make it happen. But after 2 plays, it's now 3rd and goal. We're still not in the end zone. And that pass, I honestly, that was, maybe that wasn't a perfect decision, but I really didn't think that that should have been an interception. I thought that had a real opportunity to be a touchdown, and that would have been a huge swing. To go to 20-14 right there would be so much better than what we've got now, which is 20-7. They have all the momentum, and they are very clearly driving. And the momentum at this point is just so against me that I don't see how I can possibly come back from this. The offense has done nothing in terms of closing the deal, getting into the end zone. Again, our only points are from a kickoff return. And while we have moved the ball well at times, we've not been able to punch it into the end zone and capitalize on our ability to move the ball. So at the end of the day, it's based on how many points you score, not how many yards you have. And we are just not scoring on the offensive side of the ball, as opposed to the 49ers, who quite obviously are, and look to be coming back into the end zone again. But fortunately, we get a false start penalty against the 49ers. So at the very least, they're going to have to go 7 yards instead of 2. And they throw a pass right to the 1-yard line, and the receiver goes out of bounds, which was a questionable decision, but they're going to go for it, and they're going to get the touchdown. So it's 26-7, and we are just getting further and further out of reach of a win here. And they go for 2 but don't get it, trying to make it a 3-touchdown lead, which I understand but couldn't do. Fast forward to our side of the ball. Nice little gain here as we throw to Nick Chubb for the screen down the left side. And again, I'm just getting a little bit of a glimmer of hope of maybe we can make something happen. I promptly am sacked, fumble the ball, and give it away to the other team. It is 26-7. Pretty much, it looks like it's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, although there's a bit of time left. And frankly, I remember my thinking here. I was just completely demoralized. I was thinking, this game, I just can't wait for this game to be over. I don't feel like I have any chance. We're getting sorely outgained. We are not having much success at all. And I was just pretty miserable at this point and just ready to move on to next week and see what we can do next week. Because this week, we're not doing anything as the 49ers score another touchdown. So it's 32-7 now, and this game is over. I do get the blocked kick there, so that's nice. You get the blocked extra point, but it doesn't mean anything. But it's just kind of something at least. Fast forward, another interception. I'm not showing you the full 4th quarter. I'm just going to show you a couple key plays from the 4th quarter that help you tell the story. But one more interception. What's one more, right? And then this one was the nail in the coffin. It's 4th down, 4th and 4. They're in punt formation. They fake it and get the touchdown. So we're going to have a final score of 39-7. We got absolutely destroyed, butchered. There was pretty much nothing positive to say about this game. Hendon Hooker threw a bunch of interceptions. The run game didn't really work. We had the kickoff return, but it doesn't mean anything because it was just one score. And we would have been shut out without that. So, really not good. Hendon Hooker, 14 of 36, 188 yards, 5 interceptions. The 16.7 rating is brutal. Nick Chubb, 77 yards on the ground. Just not a good day. We're going to fight. We're going to come back. But, man, that one was tough.